Asmathguru Namaha. Welcome to the mathematics classes of Asmathguru. Well, you are going to study a very exciting subject called as mathematics. Well, for many of the students, when I say mathematics, there's some sort of a fear in them. That fear should first go. So therefore, first, what are the things that we need to do for studying mathematics or learning mathematics? First thing everybody will ask is some questions, some common questions the student is going to ask. The first one, why to learn mathematics? Why to learn mathematics is the first question. Second question is, how to learn mathematics? That's the second question. Third question, students will ask, Sir, is the class 11 mathematics tough? Then the fourth question that they will ask, how many lessons are there in mathematics? Okay, now we shall try to take up each of these questions and answer. So whatever I am going to answer these questions, or probably I will not say answering these questions, I will only give my perception in this, my thinking as a teacher of mathematics for more than 3 decades. I will try to help these things for an average student. Okay, and how an average student has to know what exactly mathematics is, how to learn mathematics, and what are the things that he is going to study, and how he is going to better, or he will have a special liking for mathematics. That's very, very important. Let me take one by one. Okay. Why to learn mathematics? Okay. People have said in the past, or even now also, or do agree that mathematics is the queen of all sciences. Mathematics is the queen of all sciences. So that means you should try to know that what is the importance of mathematics. See, I will ask you a few questions. Most of you would have gone to the temples, or probably you would have seen the structures like huge pyramids, would have seen high towers, and some hanging bridges, these many things. These are some of the wonders that in the past, talk about so many centuries ago, when temples were built. You would have seen such type of temples in South India, especially very big temples, especially if you go to temple towns of South India, you'll be wondering, how did they construct? Now what you see, the technology, now there's using so much of cranes, etc. Probably earlier they used the help of elephants, etc. But you should appreciate their imagination first. Their imagination, the structure of the base, and how these gradedly, how this the so-called gopuras or Rajagopuras, the temple towers were constructed. Very, very important. Now, how did people land on moon? Were there not any calculations? Probably they tried to estimate or theoretically calculate what is the distance between the earth and moon. There were so many calculations, And they built the technology also, how to go and land on the moon, how to escape this gravity, so many things. So these are some of the questions when I ask, you will feel it very exciting. You will say, yes, we should try to know all these things. And how do you know all these things? Purely by some logical thinking. Most of you will think that mathematics is only a subject of formulae, tables and whatnot. It's not like that. Mathematics is a science. You should try to know each one very logically, understand your environment, think what exactly that you are going to do. That's all is mathematics is all about. Now, the essence of mathematics, I'll tell you one thing. The essence of mathematics is to simplify the complicated things and not complicate the simple things. You should always have it in mind. Now, the thing is, the importance of mathematics can be seen in hidden ways in every usage all around us. So what is that you are saying? See, whenever you see some phenomenon, try to think it, okay, how mathematics can help. For example, you are walking on the street. You are walking on the street, sun, and you are here. So when the sun rays fall on you, then afterwards you get a shadow. And have you observed this shadow also? It varies. The shadow early morning and the shadow that you get in the afternoon, say at 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, the sun is exactly above your head. The shadow will be little less. Then again in the evening, what happens? It is reverse the shadow. So there are so many phenomena. So you must be interested in finding, okay, I am walking at this particular speed. Okay, how will the length of the shadow, the tip of the shadow is increasing? Or so many things are there. So all these require. So every phenomenon around you requires the help of mathematics. That is what is necessary for you. That is, you have to develop some problem solving skills. So mathematics is a very, very creative subject. So creative subject. You have seen, people, I think, in India, there's a tradition of drawing rangolis in front of your houses. You appreciate that symmetry, the design, the calculation, how exactly, they don't, with symmetry, the sizes, so many things, how beautifully they do it. Okay, that's something. Everything, every aspect, you try to think from mathematics point of view. Suppose you have a mother is going to cook food for about 4 people in a family. Then she will calculate how much rice and how much dal or how much salt for this. What is the quantity that she has to prepare? Then suppose if 10 people arrive, the same dish she wants to prepare, she will prepare it for say around 10 people. Then how proportionally she will increase the quantity of each of the ingredients, okay, and make the dish very delicious. Okay, the same way, what she prepared for 4 people, the same thing that she will prepare for 10 people also, the taste remains the same. So, what is happening? See, previously also in our olden days, okay, they did prepare, but just appreciate at that time also. See, they were not literates. Then they never went to school. And I am talking about the women folk. I am not biased. In fact, I am only telling you what was happening those days. Probably if I am talking about my grandmother and all. Probably they did not go to school, but how did they learn? Were there not, there was some scientific thinking, there was some logical thinking without knowing they used to apply. Okay, now if you know and apply, you will relish it much more. That's very, very important. So now you need to understand mathematics. When you apply, you will find much more excited. That's one thing. So now I am talking about the skills that we learn from the problem solving techniques. So mathematics is all about problem solving. Yes, the intention, the objective of mathematics is to do problem solving only. So you develop excellent skills. That skills, okay, how? With more of practice. That's something you talk about something. Every problem that you see around nature can be solved using mathematics. That's the essence of mathematics. Mathematics happens to be the basic science. It is the queen of all sciences. I repeat, mathematics is the language of engineering. Mathematics is the language of science. After, when you go to engineering, what happens? There may be several subjects like you. They say strength of materials, they say something like electronics, they say physics, chemistry, instrumentation, or computer science, they say data structures, they say graph theory, so many things they'll say. But when you look at that content, you will see, sir, what is this? See, for a layman, what happens is, sir, I don't differentiate between an electronic subject or a data structures or a graph theory. But what I see is only something mathematical equations there. Is it not so? So therefore, mathematics happens to be the language of science and technology. If you have a good grip over the fundamentals of mathematics, I am sure that you will be able to learn any subject. Yeah, I was talking about all these things, about a small introduction about mathematics. Now, how to learn mathematics? This is very, very important. Is it something like memorizing? No, it's not something like you would probably in your childhood, your mom, your dad would have taught you few sacred hymns, some slokas or something like that, or a rhyme in your kindergarten school like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, or whatever it is. Okay, so all these things are just memory. Probably in your in your primary school, even the numbers 1, 2, 3, or adding numbers, or probably the multiplication tables, everything, maybe you will learn it as by heart. But you first learn by heart, then afterwards sometimes you discover how we got it. Then you will appreciate. Yes, sometimes it happens. We learn few things, fundamentals, by heart. Somebody has taught you, you have to learn this. When we learn A, B, C, D and all, we will not know what is the use of it. But later on, when we make words, sentences, when we use it for communication, then we appreciate why A, B, C, D was taught to us in our kindergarten. So likewise, what I am trying to say is, whatever that we learn in class 11, whatever the concepts. Sir, why are we learning mathematical induction? Sir, why are we learning this analytical geometry? Why are we learning this three-dimensional geometry? See, you can ask these questions right now, but it's your right also to get it answered. Okay, why you are learning and where you are going to use it. See, suppose if you don't know where exactly you are going to use it, you will definitely not have so much of interest while learning. So that is the objective. This is the objective with which that we are giving this introductory lecture. That is, what are the things that you need to know before learning class 11 mathematics. This is very, very important. Now, I will give you some of the 7 useful tips for you. What is that mindset that you should have? How we are going to learn mathematics. The only thing people have said, I think your parents would have said, your teachers would have said so many times, mathematics ನೀವು ತುಂಬಾ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು in Kannada. What does it mean actually? It means you have to practice. See, practice mathematics, practicing is fine, but one more thing is you have to write and practice. That's very, very important. That's the only way. Practice makes perfect. So you will develop a lot of skill, you will discuss. And so practicing in the say, what do you mean by practicing? Sometimes in schools, when we were children, we were given some imposition. Write this sentence 100 times. Writing a sentence 100 times, you are only knowing that sentence perfectly by writing 100 times, nothing else. But in mathematics, practicing in the sense, not practicing the same thing 100 times or so. What exactly it is? Practice some similar type of questions, or you take a variety of questions, try to explore. When you do more practice, you will each time that you practice, I am sure that you will learn something. Whatever work that you do, repeatedly you do. See, first time I do, and the second time I do, I think I am going to better it by second time. When I do it at the third time, yes, I would have been better. I would have done it better than the second time. So like that, practicing is very, very important. Now, second thing is errors. See, whenever we do any work, okay, I'm not talking about mathematics or any work around us. When we do, we make some errors sometime. When we don't get the results, what we do, we revisit where exactly we have done it wrong. Again, revisit the concept. Try to understand the concept. Have I used this concept properly or not? So these are some of the things. Then again, you have to go back. Come to the concept, go back, work the problem. If you don't get, again come back. So this you have to constantly develop this type of attitude. That's one thing. I have told you this, master the key concepts. So first thing is you should know the concepts before getting into a system or solving. Imagine an electrician without any tools like a tester or something, like he doesn't know what is a line and what is a neutral. He will just go, and anybody can he go and repair anything, switches or anything like that, a junction box or any. Can he repair a fan? No. He needs to have some knowledge about that. So basic knowledge you have to have, understand the concepts. What are the concepts? How we have to try. See, you have seen so many people, they know how to draw the lines, connect it, come home. They know how to draw the earthing wire, how to draw the neutral, everything. They know the concepts, where they know how to play around. So when you know the concept, you can play around the problems and you will really enjoy it. That's one thing. Then I told you that understand your doubts properly. See, every person will get some doubts. So you have to constantly be in touch with your teachers, mentors, and discuss with them. Okay, I have not got this concept clear. Could you please explain? So these things that you have to constantly do this. Then I am talking about another point called as something like create a distraction-free environment. This is very, very essential. What do you mean by a distraction-free environment? Now, I am teaching in front of you. I need a proper ambience for teaching. Okay, now I am sitting in front of a table. I have my system in front of me. I have a chalk piece with me. I have a board with me. Okay, I have a proper environment. There is some silence. The room is well lit. Okay, I have my students who are very much disciplined, okay, they are eager to learn things. The same way, when you are also going to sit and study, you should have a good environment, properly lit room, okay. You should not be leaning on a sofa, okay, not resting your hand like this, giving some support and learning. So you should sit erect, should get that, don't have any mobile or anything. Of course, nowadays we can't say that. Earlier we used to say, come to the class, you should not bring your mobiles. Now everybody suggests that you should have a mobile, but the thing is, suppose if you are having a mobile in front of you, I am also having a mobile in front of me. You have to sit like this and concentrate on this. You should only use for that purpose, not something else, or reading messages, etc., or probably avoid some TV. So this is what is that. So create a distraction-free environment, okay, a silent, a good ambience for studying. These are some of the essential things that I want you to study. Then there's something very important, sixth point, create a mathematical dictionary. See, whenever in mathematics, or as a matter of fact, any science, there will be a lot of concepts, some useful terminologies, some definitions, okay, then some useful formulae, all those things you need to write down separately, okay. So what is it I have learned at the end of this chapter? Summarize some important things, all these things that you need to do. That's very, very important. Then apply maths to real world problems. Wherever, whatever you have learned, you try to apply it. I will just give one small example here, please. Suppose there is a beautiful object in front of me, say about 3 feet. About 3 feet. Now, I want to reach that object. My first step is 1 feet. The next step is half of that. So, half a feet. Next step, half of that. Okay. So, that will be, what is that? 1/4, like that. Now, my question is, will I be able to reach that beautiful object? That is my question. I repeat, there's a beautiful object which is standing in front of you, 3 feet, 1 feet, next is half feet, next is 1/4 feet, like that. If you go on, will you be able to reach the object? That's my question. Then you will start applying. There's a chapter called as, what is that? Geometric series, geometric progression. So 1 plus half plus 1/4, etc., etc. You use that formula, something like a by 1 minus r, 1 by 1 minus half, it will become equal to 2. Sir, the object is 3 feet, okay, and I am able to move only 2 feet. I am not able to reach the object. See, there are two things here. You have to be a little smart also. During my expression in my body language itself, I told, see, I can move 2 feet. I can reach the object if your arm length is at least 1 feet now. So this is the thinking that you need to develop. So your final conversion is also important. See, working hard is different, but you should also get the answer. You should work for that. Okay. So that's very, very important. That's what, apply maths to real world problems like this. Okay. My next question is, in class 11 and 12, is maths tough? That's the question that is being asked. No, not at all. If you practice all these things, whatever I have said, mathematics is never tough. Oh my God, some people will say, sir, I am little weak in, what is that? Geometry. Normally students, or they might not like geometry. Be relaxed. Nothing to worry. If you don't know what is that? Geometry, doesn't matter. Little bit. You will learn in 11th and 12th, whatever the minimum concepts that you require. So, what is more important is the learning of the fundamentals in 11th and 12th will take you a very long way